Most people spend more time planning their vacation than planning their life. There really is just one block standing in between you and the life that you really know you want, and that is your mindset. I'm going to share with you 3 steps that changed my life immediately, going from a full-time job from 8 to 5 to being a homemaker. Hi and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Julie and I love to encourage wives on their personal journey of self-growth and biblical womanhood. The one thing you can do to encourage me on my journey is to press the subscribe button and if you feel like it, the like button as well. Let me tell you why most people don't live the life that they want to. It's because they don't plan. They don't have a system in place to make it happen. The fact that you clicked on this video tells me that you have a dream, you have a desire of becoming a homemaker, to have the freedom of spending more time with your children, having more influence in their life, teaching them, to be able to cook dinner for your family in peace and not in a rush after you come home from work. I believe we as women, mothers, wives, have a natural desire to be homemakers. So step 1. I was working a full-time job from 8 to 5 and I absolutely hated it. The people that worked with me was fine, the job was okay, but just having absolutely no time for myself, only weekends to spend with my husband, was just soul draining to me. I had this desire to just be at home, or to just work from home, to just have more time for myself, have more freedom in time. But the only way out that I could see from my current job was just the next 8 to 5 job. I probably spent 2 to 3 years dreaming of the life that I wanted. And I had this belief that if both partners don't work an 8 to 5 job, we won't be able to make it financially. Then one day, sitting at work, I read this quote that changed my entire perspective on everything. This was such a mindset change for me that whenever I hit an obstacle, whenever I get to a point that I've been dragged down a rabbit hole, I remind myself of this quote and just like that, I get out of the rabbit hole. I'm going to share with you the exact picture and quote that I read that day. Actually, I just woke up one day and decided I didn't want to feel like that anymore or ever again. So I changed, just like that. We don't succeed in life because we don't change. We don't get out of the rabbit hole or out of the rat race because we don't change. We stay rabbits, we stay rats, hoping that life would change. We stay in the marriage hoping that the marriage would change, that it would get better. But change starts with you, your beliefs, your mindset, and your choices. God teaches us in Mark 9 verse 23. If you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. If you can believe that it can change, that you can change, that your mindset can change, then it will. That is exactly what Jesus taught. When pursuing our dreams, we realistically think about things like we need a salary, we need an income, the economy, what is happening in this world. But I want to tell you something and I want you to remember this. When Peter stepped out of that boat onto the water and he was walking on water, he was so fixed and focused on Jesus. He trusted him completely, and because of that, the law of nature did not apply. If you are fixed and focused on God and believing what you want will be yours, then the law of nature does not apply. So if you have a desire to be a homemaker or any other desire, step 1, decide to change. You have to change. Change your beliefs. Everything is possible to him who believes. The law of nature does not apply when you are focused on God. Ever since then, I have been constantly on a personal growth journey because I believe the foundation for a happier life and a happier marriage is personal growth. So if that is something that you're interested in and you really want to focus on growing in this year, then take my free personal growth course in the description below. So let's get to step 2. The quote changed my life immediately. And the reason I say immediately, because I immediately did step 2. So after reading that quote, my belief was broken down. And I started stepping into the belief that everything is possible. I was convinced that I am going to change my life, that I was going to leave my job. I did not know when. I did not know how long it will take, but I was convinced and I believed I am going to leave my job. So step 2, write down your goal. What are you working towards? Where are you going? What is the life that you want to have? If you don't have a goal and know where you are heading, how are you going to get there? So it's important to write down your goal, to know where you are heading and where your destination is. If your goal is to be a homemaker, what does that look like for you? Do you want to stay at home and not work at all? Or do you want to work from home? Do you want to have your own business? What business do you want? How many hours do you want to spend a week working? Write down every detail of this goal that you want. My goal was quite simple. At that time, I had no children, so the responsibilities was fewer. But I still had to break down my belief. My belief that if I wanted to earn more, I had to work more hours. Because my desire was I want to earn more than I do in my current job, but I want to work less hours. I had to stay focused on God. I had to trust Him. I had to believe that this world's rules or laws does not apply to me. Everything is possible to him who believes. I cannot say that enough in this video because you need to understand that. That needs to be printed in your heart to live out true faith, to trust God completely. So write down your goals and know exactly what you want, where you are heading. And remember, everything is possible. So even if your goal seems far-fetched or impossible, it's not. Because you trust God and you are focused on God. And I would love to hear your goals, so please comment them down below. So step 3. Let me tell you why most people don't reach their goals in life. It's because they don't have a plan. They don't have a system in place and they don't know the direction that they are going. They have wishes, they have dreams, they have desires, but they don't have a plan. So step 3 would be create a system. When you have a mountain to climb, it seems overwhelming. It seems impossible. So you have to take your big goal, the one that you want to reach, and break it down into smaller goals. You have to create your next steps. So my system looked something like this. Do research on work that I can do from home, which I literally, while sitting there at work, went onto Pinterest and I searched work from home jobs. And of course, I got like a whole list. But I wrote everything down and I chose the one that I thought would best fit me and that I would enjoy, which was online teaching. I love working with kids. I enjoy teaching people and encouraging them. And therefore, I thought that would be a great fit for me. So next, I knew I had to get qualified to be an online teacher. Next, I had to practice to get comfortable in front of a camera. Next, I had to learn how to execute an online class. Next, I had to create a profile somewhere to get students. Next, I had to start teaching to gain experience. And finally, I had to apply for an online teaching job. So this was my system, my steps that I needed to take to get on top of my mountain. It took me about a year or a year and a half. I can't remember exactly. But because I had a system in place, it always felt like I was moving forward. I always felt like I was reaching my goals and I was doing my next step, which kept me motivated and on the right path, on the right direction to where I was heading at, to my goal. The pain of doing nothing will always be worse than the pain of doing something. Taking steps can always be uncomfortable or even overwhelming, but it will always be more rewarding in the end. You must change yourself to change your circumstances. You must have a new belief system and be convinced that you are going to reach your goals, because everything is possible to he who believes. The bonus tip I want to leave with you today: look at your steps every day. Just take 10 minutes to review them. This will ensure you stay on track to where you are heading. It will keep you motivated, and it will even help you to make better daily decisions because you know where you are heading. These 3 steps and the bonus step will turn your dreams, your desires, your goals into a success system. You will get on top of that mountain because you believe. You are convinced that you are getting there. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to comment your goals down below because I would love to read them and to hear where you want to be in a couple of months or in a couple of years. If you enjoyed the video, please press the like and subscribe button and share it with someone else that needs this encouragement today. Thank you for watching.